Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Capelli Sports Center. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game in Frame, and we've got a very special matchup for you today, the NJSA Cup Final between Hoboken FC and Ironbound. Two teams close to each other geographically, but in rival leagues. Hoboken finished 5th in the APSL this year in the Metropolitan Conference. It was their second straight 5th place finish. They're looking to put a happier end to 2025, to this part of 2025, after a major downturn in form in the league season once the calendar turned. Ironbound, in the middle of their season in the UPSL Northeast American South Conference, they are 3-4-1 in those in their first 8 games. That's good for 5th in the division. They'll be looking for some silverware here. Mathematically, very possible for them to get to the top of their division. Likelihood, we'll see about that as we go. It'll be a matchup of 2 of the state's top sides. Coming up in a few minutes here on Game in Frame and the Game in Frame YouTube channel. Stay with us for the match. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Welcome back to the Capelli Sport Complex. Just waiting for the officials to take the field. A week of finals and trophies here on Game and Frame. Teams are ready. The officials will be coming out momentarily. Final between two of the more well-known clubs in New Jersey. Hoboken, of course, the oldest continuously active soccer club in the country. Ironbound much younger, but they've made noise. In the competitions that they have played in, there's been some academy level stuff as well. And here they are in the Cup final. And off we go. Hoboken in blue, Ironbound in green. Hoboken will start us off. Mike Park gonna go along with that. Adam Yingling is chasing. He's behind the defense. Yingling trying the first time shot. And someone's gonna need to call AAA after that one. An early attempt at getting things going by Adam Yingling. Yingling, the third leading scorer for Hoboken in the APSL season. Only 4 goals, though. It's been Hoboken's big problem this year has been finding a consistent number 9 to take the place of Ali Dawa, who moved to Lansdowne Yonkers last summer. Here comes Ironbound. Luke Smith intercepting that pass. Azer Brown had Rayon Diaz on his tail. And Ironbound will march it up the field with a couple of throws here. And that's a foul. Azer Brown a little physical there. Free kick comes in quickly, and that skims off the head of Nick Neem. Well off target. Andrew Bordy in goal for Hoboken today. Excellent keeper, one of the better ones in the APSL Metro. Trying to go along with that. It went a little bit more into the air than he'd like. There's a shot wide. Ricardo Oliveira taking that shot. Bordy an uncharacteristic mistake that got his team into trouble. He might not have factored in the wind here. 72 degrees at kickoff, but it has been raining off and on all day. There is a bit of a wind heading into Bordy's face. Neem wins that header against Tristan Barkwin. He's got Diaz looking to face up against Park, and that came off of Diaz last, according to the referee. That looked like it was a corner. Referee saw something come off him, and now Hoboken are going to keep it on the deck, and that might be a wise decision until the rain, or the wind rather, dies down a little bit. Here's one long, a little bit wide of Luca DiStasio. Daniel Barrera intercepting. That's going to be a foul against Corey Burkhart. Matt Escobar, the victim there, I believe. Sebastian Diaz with Yingling chasing him, but he gets around him into the middle, and Bordy is out. That is one of the things that Andrew Bordy does best. Getting out, reading those crosses, and defending his box. Barkwin up the line for Smith. Good interplay there. Into the middle, Spencer Burkhart. Down to Brian Paredes. He's going to move forward. Hot ball there. Ironbound will keep it. Barrera. It's going to go back to the goalkeeper, Kevin Sabatin. Upfield, Neem. That went off his head last. Barkwin challenging him. Gonna send that throw over the top, looking for Yingling. Yingling trying to head for the corner. Ironbound is gonna get the throw here. That was a pretty physical challenge. And no, now the assistant referee is saying that it's a Hoboken throw. Barkwin will move up to take this. We might see it go long. That is poked away from Smith by Neem. Barkwin, Luke Smith. One of their more creative midfielders. Smith needs some help, gets it from Burkhart. Nice play around the corner by Barkwin to Burkhart. He hits the deck. Referee says no. Barkwin back in. Header. Neem. Now Ironbound can break the other way. Paredes. Tracking Neem. Good sliding challenge by Paredes. Took it away from him. One out of play. Diaz getting in the way of the pass. Hoboken seem to be in the ascendant right now. That header not finding a target. Jose Dominguez bringing that to the far side now. Turning with it is Diaz. Heading up the right side, Paredes shuts down the attempt at a cross. Edgar Abreu going to take that throw, but it's taken away from him. Burkhart, DiStasio couldn't hold it up. Jason Chung stepped in to stop that one, and now Ironbound again. It's a good play into the box, heading into the center. Azer Brown disrupting the cross. Spencer Burkhart, a little bit behind Brown, and he has his shoe taken off by that tackle, and referee will call a foul. Mike Park is playing out of position in that back four. There's been a lot of depth problems in there in 2025 for Hoboken. It's been one of their big problems and one of the reasons why they opened the second half of the season with a 9-game winless run. And the flag up at helps Dante Petricelli out because he lost the ball there. Petricelli, another guy playing out of position today. Playing at left back currently. He is usually a winger. It's been rare that Hoboken have had two natural center backs in the same back line for a couple of months now. That pass from Park did not have enough on it, but Diaz didn't control it either. Here comes Brown. Brown impeded by Diaz. Referee saying to take that back a little bit, and it'll go back to Park. Barkwin looking for Yingling. Drifts out wide. Has Smith for support. Decides to go in. Headed down and behind. It's going to be a corner. First of the match for either side. And it will be Spencer Burkhart to swing it in. And we have a change here. Petricelli is coming off, and I believe that's Adam Garner who has come in to the game. Petricelli no longer with an emergency. That's Sabadin trying to flap at that. Winning the header is Barkwin. Park. Here's Spencer Burkhart now. Burkhart moving against Sebastian Diaz. Cutting inside. Clean tackle there by Abreu. That pass, though, is wayward. Yingling. Corey Burkhart. Diaz. Neem. Gets around Park. Barkwin is there behind him, though. Into the center. Barkwin flipping that off of Neem and into the hands of Bordy. Burkhart. Around one. Spencer Burkhart lost control as he got around Jose Dominguez, his second man that he was moving with. Dominguez. Matt Escobar looking for someone to go to. It's popped forward. Frank Lozano stopped by Garner. We'll see how Hoboken's defense can play it. Garner trying to shield that as best he could. Couldn't take it all the way out, but he keeps it away and he'll just hoof it upfield. Garner, a winter addition to this Hoboken team. He's been a workhorse on the flanks. And that is a good tackle there by Paredes. Here's Barquin now. Barquin forward. D'Estacio wrestling with Barrera, who gets it clear. Luca D'Estacio was the first guy that Hoboken thought might be the solution to their number 9 problem. He scored 11 goals in 5 games between October and November of this year, including 2 4-goal games. But some injuries in the second half have prevented him from being as productive. He did score in their final league game against New York Athletic Club, though. Barquin getting that ball off of Abreu. Garner. Back into the center, but no one was there. And the whistle will blow there as Abreu is spun down. Lozano past Yingling, trying to move past Garner, but he's step for step with him. Outside of the boot, trying to get it into the middle. Repelled again by Paredes. Sebastian Diaz. Corey Burkhart couldn't hold that. Rayon Diaz. Shot is deflected wide. Ironbound have had the opportunities so far. They've had 3 shots. Hoboken haven't put one on frame yet. First corner for Ironbound. We're 15 minutes through this first half. Looking far post. Bordy spills it, but collects. He's going to throw this out. Luke Smith. Yingling. D'Estacio. He's taken down by Dominguez. It's going to be a free kick, and Hoboken may send some targets up now. Spencer Burkhart will be the one to send it in. Looking at the back post, and it's headed just over by Adam Yingling. First shot, or sorry, it's the second shot for Hoboken, both of them by Yingling. Yingling had that first one right at the very beginning. Both teams with opportunities so far. Upfield. That's going to be a foul on Brown. Ironbound take it quickly. Barquin does not let Neem get that away. Burkhart to his brother. Paredes now. Upfield. That one's taken away from Corey Burkhart. Sorry, that's Spencer Burkhart. Tackles coming in. Burkhart down with his ankle in his hands. Ironbound not stopping. They don't need to. Here's Neem. That is blocked. And Spencer Burkhart still on the ground up near the midway line. Don't know if that took a deflection or if it was just wide. Andrew Bordy's body language seems to think that it is a goal kick. But right now, the focus is on Burkhart, who has had injury problems of his own. He's had a recurring shoulder injury since last year that has still caused him problems. He wears a brace on it. Here's Luke Smith. Corey Burkhart. Adam Garner. Garner moving quickly. Garner trying to get that to Burkhart, but Lozano is in the way. Gets that one all the way upfield. Looking for Neem. Sealed off from it by Barkwin, and it's an easy claim. Park. Burkhart with a good ball to DeStasio. He's going to have to hold up. Burkhart charging through the middle, looking for Yingling. And now Yingling, referee assistant on the near side, calling Adam Yingling offside coming back off. I don't think that was the greatest of calls in the world. I don't think he was offside when that ball was played. This game has been brisk in the early going. Both teams running very hard, working very hard. It is a very muggy day, so you wonder how long guys can keep going with this. Sabaden holding that for about 20 seconds, it seemed. Now back to Sabaden, and now here comes Luca DeStasio. And a good turn there by Sebastian Diaz, but he didn't have. That was Ironbound was the one that had the that were taking the throw in, but I don't think it. Referee. It was rather obvious whose throw that was. I thought the Ironbound players were arguing that the assistant referee had called for their throw. That is out of play for Hoboken. Barkwin going upfield. DeStasio flicks it toward the middle. Abreu gets it away from Yingling once. Trying to get out of their own half now. Here's Abreu. Lozano on the overlap. Not going to get to it. Paredes and Bordy Bale had to just touch that away somewhere. And referee on the far side was signaling for a substitution. There is a player on the touchline for Hoboken. And some Bordy with a punch. It'll go back for another one. Another kick. This one going for the far post. Bordy snags it. He's going to try to start this quickly. Burkhart doesn't have a lot of help. Working on Lozano. He's going to hold it up. And they'll reset it now. Paredes all the way back to Andrew Bordy. Park. Yingling keeps it in bounds or does not. Referee blowing his whistle. And now the substitution is coming. Gonna see who's coming off. Ewan Sanchez is the player on. It is Adam Yingling coming off for him. And Sanchez immediately getting in. That's off of Smith. Challenges flying in. Escobar had to back that up, but Brown harrying him a little bit too hard. 25th minute here at the Capelli Sports Complex in the NJSA. Goal. 90 minutes for a winner, if not straight to penalties. Escobar has to back that up. Burkhart flicks it out. Taken quickly. Looking for Neem again. That is well wide. Another of those flicked headers. Neem, the leading scorer for Ironbound so far in the UPSL. He's got 4 in their 8 games. That is going to fly out. Ball coming in now, finally. Barquin heads it away. Popped into the air. Won by Abreu. Paredes. And Garner missed it, and now this is an odd man rush here for Ironbound, and the shot is tame and right at Andrew Bordy. That was a missed opportunity to open the scoring for Ironbound. Oliveira going for it himself. Burkhart up to Sanchez. Sanchez looking for DiStasio. It's over him. He does keep it in. Trying to hold up. Now coming inside. Into the middle. Rejected. It'll be Hoboken's throw out at that far end. Burkhart. Back to Garner. Another throw. Sun throwing its final light out to the west of us. Under the lights here, into the box goes Azer Brown. Brown, a speedy guy who can move through those channels quickly. A little bit like a guy like Kefren Turam of Juventus, that kind of style, going box to box. In for D'Estasio, trying to flick, but he didn't have anybody behind him. Ewan Sanchez a good ways away. Sabatin. Gonna drop it. Upfield. Barkwin head. Abreu. Back to Sabatin. He was holding this for a while. He's done that a couple of times, and Hoboken has let him. Out wide. Double team there. Brown with Luke Smith close to him. Brown's going to go for it. It's over. Wasn't by much. Goal kick coming from Sabatin. There's a goalkeeper that will take his time. That one's low down to Lozano. Intercepted by Garner. And Garner's attempt to send Burkhart down the line is disrupted. Neem couldn't win that one. Barkwin will run back for it. Paredes. Looking upfield. D'Estasio, he's in between the defenders there, but he couldn't quite pull that down. Sanchez on Diaz. Barkwin. He's been battling with Neem all game so far. Ewan Sanchez again, winning the ball back. D'Estasio. Brown. He's going to hit it with his left, and it's over again. Azer Brown. At some point, one of those balls is going to hit the target. And another change for Hoboken. D'Estasio coming off. It's Alberto Pangrazzi who will come up and lead the line. Pangrazzi, a different striker than D'Estasio. He's not as quick, not as mobile. He is more of a traditional target guy. But he scored big goals. He almost won the U.S. Amateur Cup, or a match in the U.S. Amateur Cup for Hoboken against New York Penn Cyprian last year. They ended up falling in penalties that game. That ball between the defenders, but Sanchez wasn't there. Or rather, wasn't close enough. He was moving for it. Brown takes it away, but leaves it back. Burkhart pops it back out. Sebastian Diaz. That's intercepted. Barquin. Barquin looking long. Sanchez. He's got Diaz for company. He needs some targets in goal. Left-footed cross. Brown. Burkhart pops that one back to you and Sanchez, and the flag is up on the near side. Feels like Ironbound survived that one a little bit. It's been a pretty well played first half. Brown wins the header. Park will get it back to Bordy. Andy Alvarez is on the field now for Ironbound. Pangrazzi trying to put that around the corner. Smith. Lozano into no man's land in the middle. Brown got the ball there. Escobar. Escobar again. Looking for someone to go to. Hoboken have really sealed them out the last couple of minutes. Pangrazzi. Pangrazzi again called offside. Again, the referee on the near side, referee's assistant on the near side here saying that he came back from an offside position to play that. Those have been close. Sabatin goes long. Barquin, he has had the better of Neem all day so far. That time he goes through his back though. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Barquin gonna get a talking to here. Barquin is an aggressive defender, sometimes overly so. That's right at Bordy from Escobar. Barquin, he's had a red card this season. Was lucky to avoid one in a strange case of mistaken identity in the very first match of the year in September. Dominguez. Taken down by Abreu. Escobar. Taken off of him by Ewan Sanchez. Corey Burkhart. Brown. That ball rolled a little bit too much. Burkhart couldn't win it. Park steps in front. Brown. Smith sealing off Oliveira, trying to go long, but I don't think Spencer Burkhart had started running yet. It is a throw for Hoboken. Pangrazzi couldn't control that one. Tight here in the NJSA final. That's a good play by Garner. Gets it around. Pangrazzi. Burkhart. Burkhart loses it. Upfield, Alvarez with Paredes running after him, and Paredes, shoulder to shoulder, does enough. Wind has died down a bit, and Paredes hits that one very long. Pangrazzi couldn't win it though. Lozano. Good ball there. This is Alvarez. Oh no, sorry, that was Abreu. Great ball, but a little bit too far inside. Bordy again. Nick Neem has been frustrated with his service so far. That's a good ball by Pangrazzi to put it aside, and that is bailed out by Diaz, headed toward our camera position here. Upfield, Pangrazzi is going to be called for a foul. No, that's going to be a foul against Pangrazzi. Diaz, the perpetrator. And Spencer Burkhart's going to have an opportunity to send this ball in with just about 6 minutes to go until halftime. Referee will pace out the wall. That inner white line there is a little bit confusing. It is part of a lacrosse field that is combined into this field. That's at the near post, and Sabadin had to punch it away. Burkhart might have been going for that himself. He has hit free kick goals, direct free kick goals in each of the last 2 years. Had one in October against the Pencyprians. Punch by Sabadin, high into the air. Luke Smith takes that down. Into the middle again, headed away. Still near the box though. Burkhart mishit that badly. Sabadin will trigger it back in. 4 minutes plus any stoppage time. Yingling is back out there. Pangrazzi has come off. And a push there. Good play though by Escobar, jumping the quick free kick. Ironbound pushing forward for the first time in a bit, but Andy Alvarez is well offside. Oh no, that flag was for a foul there. It's a yellow. Dante Petricelli, who is back on the field as well, getting flagged there. And he will be playing the rest of the match under caution. So it will be a free kick. And a chance for Ironbound from a dead ball to try to get something going right before the half. Sent in. Header, goal! Ironbound on the stroke of halftime. They've taken the lead through Daniel Barrera. The center back on the free kick. And Ironbound with the lead just before the break. That's a jolt for Hoboken. They've had the better of the game for most of, I'd say, the second part of this first half. But now they've got to come from behind. They can score in bunches, this Hoboken team, but they're just as liable to go quiet. Brown. It's going to be picked up by Burkhart. That attempted across is blocked. Now another one. Barrera gets that away from Pangrazzi. Pangrazzi! Sorry, that was Brown. That ball bouncing, and Park ended up flying it out. If you'd like to see some more action this week, New York, Penn Cyprian, and Lansdowne Yonkers at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the APSL Metropolitan Conference Final. See who goes to the APSL National Finals. That's a foul. The Delaware River Conference Final, WC Predators against Alloy SC. That's at 6. And in USL 2, Long Island Rough Riders against FC Motown, also at 6 o'clock. Also got the Cosmopolitan Soccer League D1 Final. That's between New York International and SC Polonia. It's going to bounce through to Garner. He'll hoof it upfield. We are in stoppage time now. Brown trying to move that, but it was deflected. Hoboken have done the majority of the play, but Ironbound has the goal. Two teams geographically very close, Hoboken and Newark. That's headed down by Garner, but can't get away from Alvarez. Into the middle. Park away from Neem. Dominguez. Petricelli. That ball is deflected back, and it looks like we are ready for halftime. We are halfway home here at the NJSA Open Cup Final. A goal against the run of play, you might have to say, has Ironbound leading this match 1-0. 45 more minutes to determine the winner here at the Capelli Sports Complex. And now we're going to bring you to our nominees for the May Goal of the Month.
Paul is going to go for a long-range shot. Oh my word! It's astonishing! Explosive! Unreal! Gianna Paul!
Back out wide. The Staten Island Monarchs looking for the opening goal! Goal! Outrageous! Seth Powder opener.
Similar spot, just barely earlier in the half. Zielonka, same setup, 2-1. Zielonka goes straight in. He beats Fontes to the near post. And Hudson Valley Hammers in the last few minutes have flipped the score and now lead by 1. It's 2-1.
Had to do better with the pressure. Nice. Flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace. For Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it ever so gently past Meta. Tremendous link-up play from CPR, who string passes together like beads on a friendship bracelet. And the resulting finish, blink and you'd miss it, but just so sweet, so nice.
To get the ball away from danger for the moment. But the Lions can come with a shot's taken, and it's in the back of the net. What a finish! From nothing! What a goal! A loose pass sees the ball fall to the New Jackson Lions midfielder.
Despite being pressed by 2, it was as calm and cool as ever. And she already has 1 goal to her name. Oh, it's a second from outside the 18-yard box. Goal! Brooklyn City!
Weaver with the recovery run, pokes it, waiting for the advantages to go, and it's a goal!
A long-range ripper! Number 23, substitute Yoder, puts the home side up. Yet another goal.
Ryan Yeko driving up towards Saramago. That's clever. Ryan Saramago specs the shot. Oh my word! It's an absolute worldie by Captain Fantastic. The Tomcats are in the lead again. Audacious. Stupendous.
And this is Mika back to Rio once again. Rio takes a long shot, and Rio, what a goal! From as far as you can see, what a banger to beat Mejia's post, and Red Hook have tied things up.
Bardic, they know what it means. They know they need these 3 points. Bardic's shot! It's in the back of the net! Bujeni Bardic at number 31! He grabbed the ball almost 30 yards out and he slams it into the back of the net!
Nearer even, excuse me. Nicky turning nearer, letting fly, decently caught. Spectacular equaliser for New Haven. A rocket from Gilhame, nearer.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to the Capelli Sports Complex. NJSL Open Cup final. It is 1-0 Ironbound. Some changes for Ironbound immediately. Alexi Velasquez right in front of us here, number 14, coming on as a halftime change. The goal by Daniel Barrera off the corner kick late in the first half, 43rd minute. Is currently the difference. A lot more left to go. 45 minutes for a winner, if not penalties. And that ball immediately bounced off of, I believe that was Ewan Sanchez. Backed up. Barkwin. Paredes diagonal looking for Burkhart. But the flag is up against him. Hoboken have not had a shot on target today. Or no, sorry, check that. They have not had a shot on target from open play. Kevin Sabadin beat away a sneaky shot off a free kick from Spencer Burkhart late in that first half. Bring that back to Andrew Bordy. But he scuffs that. Two teams, as you can see, re-entry is allowed by the rules of this competition, which is perhaps a boost to Hoboken more than anything else. Not certain about the UPSL rules, but in the APSL, re-entry not allowed, so these guys are conditioned for playing without getting to be spelled mid-half. That's a foul there. Moving back, and Hoboken want to hold on to this, and that's Andrew Bordy. He wanted to start that quickly, but he didn't have anybody to throw it to. DeStasio up with it. He pressures Sebastian Diaz into just dumping that out for a throw. Luke Smith. That ball jumped as DeStasio tried to return it. And a foul there against Ironbound. Paredes, the victim. This is a team that can score. Hoboken scored 4 or more 4 times this season. Burkhart shoots that through the box. Smith. That ball is rejected from Barkwin, but it's going to be a corner. Burkhart will run over. Early in the second half, a set piece opportunity for Hoboken to try to even this up. Burkhart over everyone. Paredes is going to run back and save it. Corey Burkhart flicks that up and over. Hoboken are missing Mike Bello, who was their other potential find at number 9. He came on late. He joined the team late in the second half of the year. Scored 6 times in the team's last 7 games. DiStasio off the chest. And DiStasio almost able to put that into his own feet. Jason Chung able to poke it away from him just at the last minute. Otherwise, Kevin Sabatin was going to be asked to do a job. Burkhart, that curves in, Sabatin punches, and Park and a flag was up there. Call was offside on the flick. Sabatin launching it. Brown. Barquin. Burkhart. That might have come off of Brown's hand, but nothing that the referees saw. Good play by Barquin. Took that away from Kevin Avila. Neem was out on that side in the first half. He really didn't have much luck against Barquin. That's off of Avila for a throw. Barquin told to back up. Luke Smith. Smith has, gives that one away, but Barquin was there to bail that out. Up into the air. Smith, a little bit of head tennis going, but the referee's going to call that one back. Ewan Sanchez. Sanchez looking to try to get some space. Puts that by everybody. Garner. That cross is blocked at the last second. Park puts that off of Diaz. That is a throw-in for Ironbound, which frankly is a bad call. That came off of Sebastian Diaz. Or sorry, that was Matt Escobar, I believe. Diaz out on the other side there. This is Paredes. Burkhart. Garner into his stride. Garner trying to go diagonally there, but it was over DiStasio and nowhere close to Ewan Sanchez. Sabatin. Almost kept in by Avila. That's Diaz who pokes it away again. And that is not kept in by Sanchez. It's going to go the other way. And now some issues near the Hoboken bench. 2 yellows just sent out, one to Jose Dominguez, the other one I believe to an assistant on the Hoboken bench. First yellow to be shown to an Ironbound player today. He joins Dante Petricelli of Hoboken in the referee's book, and now we will get back into play. Brown, Escobar, a tug on the arm, and Paredes slams that one forward. Burkhart gonna get to it. Doesn't have much in the way of targets though. That is headed away by Barrera. It's gonna be a throw. Barquin moving in, trying to get that into the middle. It was a little bit too far in front of Brown, who was trying to make a run. Hoboken needs something. That was mishit badly. Ironbound lucky to initially recover it, but now it's coming back the other way at them. Brown. That is deflected out by Barrera, the goal scorer. Coming back on defense. And now Kevin Sabadin is on the ground. This is concerning for Ironbound. They have any reserve goalkeepers around. He's holding his side. And then go back in here. Into the middle, headed away. And that one is over the top. Mike Park. Good play by Burkhart to challenge that and let it sit for him. And now we're going to have to see what Kevin Sabadin's physical condition is over the next few minutes of this game. 58th minute. Ironbound with the 1-0 lead. Burkhart, Corey Burkhart regaining the ball. Spencer Burkhart. Looks like a clash of heads there between he and Velasquez. Burkhart has gotten beaten up a couple of times. It'll be a drop ball. That play was stopped because of the potential head injury. And back into play we go. Luke Smith. Back to Burkhart. Park. Good long diagonal. Sanchez. Underlapping run by Barquin. Doesn't use him. Sanchez overhits that. And Sabadin going the long way for a ball. That is a time-wasting trick you can use in a field like this. Coming up on the hour mark. 1-0 to Ironbound. They have not shown much in the way of forward motion in this half. Hoboken have really been applying pressure. Low line drive kick. Park puts that one too hard for Barkwin, but Lozano is going to be under pressure here. Garner, Dominguez, Corey Burkhart, Brown, fancy footwork, good play by Lozano, but Garner keeps it in. Garner looking to get that inside, and it's bailed out by Abreu. Barkwin will have the throw. Burkhart, Sanchez, that's disrupted, and now they're going to run. Paredes stopping that one. Barrera heads it into the air. Barkwin. There's nothing there for Ironbound on that side of the field today. That is flicked on, but Andy Alvarez is beaten to that one by Paredes. Barkwin. Sanchez. That's deflected. Good job of heading that by Abreu. Brown and Escobar both going up for that. Hoboken come out with the ball. Forward, Brown. That is taken out. It's not time to panic yet, but time is rapidly becoming Hoboken's enemy. Bordy takes that one, sends it to Mike Park. Park, a natural midfielder. He's passing range. A lot better than your normal center back. Garner overhit. Lozano gonna run out with that one. Gotta think that there's gonna be some stoppage time added on as Ironbound doing some nice work with the black magic that is time wasting. That ball flicked into the middle. DeStasio, Smith, Brown has that poked away from him. Lozano with a good play. Burkhart will leave it to Garner. Brown in the box. Picks that up. Over Sanchez. DeStasio's shot is blocked. And it's going to be another corner kick. Changes coming for Ironbound now. Kevin Avila is making his way off the field, so too can't quite see the number on that second player there. Corner kick, low, first post, and it's in! I couldn't tell if there was a touch on that. There was a sea of players right in front of it. But we are now tied in the 65th minute. It's very likely that that was an own goal. Either way, a great delivery by Burkhart, and this game is now level. "25 minutes and change plus stoppage time to find a winner. If not, we will be going to a penalty shootout. There is no extra time." Now both teams are going to have to push it. Ironbound hasn't been really doing much offensively this entire half. They're going to have to start changing that mindset. Burkhart called for a foul there. Rayon Diaz is back on the field. He was one of those changes. Escobar looking to try to find somebody. He's looking for Barrera again, but behind him. Joao Hornung is also on the field for Ironbound. So far, Hoboken haven't made any changes in the second half. Speaks potentially to the level of conditioning they need in the APSL. This one goes very long. Park over his target, Burkhart, but Lozano hits that one short. Burkhart trying to center that. He was looking for the trailing run by Luke Smith. Escobar over the top, but Barkwin's going to get to that first. That's taken away, though. Ironbound having to re-energize as an offensive team. Here's Diaz. Now a shot is wide. First shot of the half for Ironbound, who were content to try to hold that 1-0 lead. Smith gets it out of his own feet. Spencer Burkhart with Lozano on him. Brown has it taken off of him, but then gets it right back. And another one. Diaz into the middle. Park with the block of the cross. Escobar looking. He runs right into Adam Garner. And that is a corner kick. Garner and Escobar kind of battling each other there. The set piece is where the damage has been done tonight. And a referee has a yellow card out. And I think he's showing it to Garner. I'm not entirely certain what for. Some pushing and shoving in the box that the referee trying to control. This one is sent in. That is well over the attackers there, and it is a goal kick. It's not a delivery that is going to produce much result. Ironbound making another change. It's Velasquez who's come off. He is not touched the ball much. Onto the field in his stead. That's a Ricardo Oliveira back onto the field for the first time in this half. That one a little too much for Barkwin. Things are starting to get a little bit on the ragged side. Adam Yingling is back on the field as well for Hoboken. Ewan Sanchez moving to this near side. It was Spencer Burkhart who came off, although you have to assume he might come back on towards the end of this game if it's still 1-1. You have only the players on the field at the final whistle would be eligible to take a penalty kick if there is a shootout. But there are 20 more minutes for that as DeStasio is flagged offside. That was a loose pass there, but Barrera regains it. Paredes up high. Brown rushed into a bad touch. And that ball went out of play along the line. Hoboken looking to try to reassert the dominant position that they've been in for much of this half. That ball bouncing around. DeStasio backs it up. Barrera, bit of a scissor kick clearance. Now into the box, into the middle, and that's hooked away for another corner. See who takes it with Burkhart currently sitting. Looks like it's going to be Yingling. These two teams with their A-lists on. Yingling into the middle. That was a header by Park that was blocked. Garner up for that. Burkhart flicking that one, and it is Hoboken's ball. Sanchez. Barkwin backing it up. Paredes. Smith. Couldn't get to it. Park. Out-muscled there by Oliveira. Lozano. Moving into the middle, and Bordy is going to get to that. High into the air. Backed up by Dominguez. DeStasio with the pressure. Getting to Jason Chung, but it went right back to Sabaden, who could claim it. Lozano. Ewan Sanchez doing the closing. Upfield. Flicked back by Oliveira, but right to Park. Yingling. Moving that forward. And DiStasio is again called offside. I didn't quite see that the way that the assistant saw it. They've been calling those offside very tight, perhaps too tight. And the referee, Ironbound, had tried to take that free kick a bit too far up. Oliveira. Lozano now. Lozano inaccurate. Oh. Changes in the offing, I think, for Hoboken. Looks like Pangrazzi is standing. And DiStasio is coming off. We'll take a breather. 15 minutes for one of these teams to find a winner. Pass ball sent back. There was a potential injury there, and that's why it was put out. Over the top. Bordy is out. Always in control of that box is Andrew Bordy. He's been less available in 2025 than usual. We've seen Aldair Kazun and Stephen Ortiz both playing. Park gets just enough of that pass that was intended for Oliveira. Ironbound trying to press and regain the lead. That ball is into the middle. Now a shot is off target. Changes in the offing, and it is going to be Barrera coming off. Jorge Galvez is now in the middle. Fresh legs. Park boots this one long. Sanchez with a flick. Didn't have a target there. Lozano. Oliveira. Upfield. Good play there by Escobar. Lozano. This is a great flowing move. The shot does not have anything on it at the end. Rayon Diaz just did not catch that. Bordy thinking about a throw. Now he's going to hit it long. That ball goes way long. That's going to take a bounce, and it's going to go all the way to Sabaton. Goalkeepers playing catch with each other here. This one not nearly as high. Won by Garner. Brown. That one takes a deflection on its way to Pangrazzi, and a foul. Taken quickly. Now down the field. Coming, Ironbound again. That ball, that hit Barkwin, I think, full in the chest. Play going on. Ironbound not obligated to stop. Oliveira, now Oliveira is going to take it out. Some altruism there by Ricardo Oliveira. looked like it hit Barkwin right in the solar plexus. Coming up on 10 minutes left. Garner will serve it back. Lozano. Sabaton long upfield. Garner. Good header by Brown on the second ball. Sanchez returns it to him. Burkhart. Looked like he lost that to Abreu. But that's recovered by Yingling. Into the middle. Pangrazzi. Has it poked away from him. It's a corner kick. Paredes trying to flick it on, but nothing doing there. And a change coming. This Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic. Salt has made the world's most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block smell, making for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Ironbound looking to move the ball. Bordy mishits that clearance, mishits that pass for Yingling. Abreu with Garner on him. That pass wayward and out of play. It was a brief rest for Spencer Burkhart, who is back in the game now. Ewan Sanchez stepping away. Park. Yingling. Only Lozano behind him. Moved along by Michael Diaz. Across the field for Oliveira. Bounced a little too high for him to get much on that. He ran a pick there, and it skips right to Bordy. The saves that Bordy has had to make have not been world class. That's a foul and a yellow card immediately shown to Michael Diaz. Spencer Burkhart not happy. Second booking from Ironbound today, both of them coming in this half. Burkhart. Hard pressed by Brayon Diaz. Lofted in. That almost came off of Lozano's back. Yingling with the pressure. Yingling and Lozano, an excellent battle here. No call here. Pass is low on the ground. It's cleared away, but Hoboken will keep it in this side of the field now. 6 minutes and change, plus stoppage time. Smith. Lozano and Yingling again. Garner will let it go out. Pangrazzi. A little bit too hard with that touch. Oliveira. And Paredes. Fantastic tackle by Brian Paredes on Diaz. Crystal clean. Spencer Burkhart couldn't get that one onto him. We're going to see another change, and Azer Brown is going to step away, I think, for the first time all day. It is Ewan Sanchez who replaces him now in midfield. Forward, headed away by Paredes. Yingling takes it down with the chest. Couple of deflections there. Garner trying to get it out. Lozano eventually collects. Escobar gets it away from Park. Shot! Bordy with the save! We had said that his saves had been simple. That one very much more complicated. Corner here. Slammed away by Corey Burkhart. Just under 4 minutes to go. And a foul there. Hoboken putting 9 outfield players into the box. That's a shot wide. Bordy frozen there on a deflection. Just past the post. Ironbound putting pressure on as this game reaches a conclusion. Penalties loom. I'm going to take this one short. Oliveira is fouled, and this is in range of a direct kick. Got sandwiched there. Hoboken not necessarily agreeing with that call. And we will see who takes it for Ironbound. Hoboken's got some tall drinks of water to put into that wall as referee ensuring that that was taken at the proper, that this is going to be taken from the proper spot. Pangrazzi, an imposing obstacle in that wall. Wall being placed properly. 90 seconds to go in normal time. A goal by either side would almost certainly seal it here. It's low, it's into the wall. Park. Lozano wins it, but Sanchez brings it back. Taken off of him, though, by Oliveira. That is a throw-in for Hoboken. Final minute. And that's going to be a foul on Pangrazzi. And a yellow card We'll see how much stoppage time. This is a spot that Spencer Burkhart could maybe try to target. No, he's a little bit farther. No, it's farther away than that. It's farther off. He has tried to whip it in from an angle before. Forced Kevin Sabatin into a smart save at the near post. Low, bouncing through, and it's just over. Into stoppage time. Sabatin fires it long. Barquin wins the header. Barquin has it taken off of him. A late turnover here. But Barquin holds up the run. Escobar now out wide. Abreu looking up, finds his man, out for a corner. Into the second minute of stoppage time. Ironbound looking for the last gasp winner. Entirely possible that this is the last play of the game. Into the box, Pangrazzi heads it out. And the flag up as Michael Diaz tries to return that. Sub coming for Ironbound. Galvez coming off. Avila coming back on. Park wants everyone moving forward. Pangrazzi flicks on. Good tackle there, though. Now Hoboken bringing it back the other way. Pangrazzi. Sanchez gets a throw. Hoboken. Do they have a last puff in the cheeks? They're inching it forward along that far sideline. And now an Ironbound player going to the turf. Probably add a little more time on. One. Penalties loom. Thrown into the box. Corey Burkhart, and that is called a foul. And this is in range for Spencer Burkhart. Corey Burkhart went up for that. Took some serious contact. We are closing in on the 5th minute of added time. You have to think that this has the chance to be the last kick. This is about 28 yards out. The wall is right at the edge of the box. Burkhart has a track record from these direct positions. Burkhart up! What a save by Sabatin! Burkhart had it. But Kevin Sabatin flew to beat it away. Hoboken will be given the chance to take the corner. In at the near post again. Another corner. Now into the 6th minute of stoppage time. Burkhart will send it in. Looking for the back post. Punched by Sabatin. Still in play. And the flag is up for offside. Sabatin fires it long. Neem heads it down. Escobar with Paredes running next to him. Still going. Ironbound still moving. Park puts a foot in. How much longer is this game going to go? Now moving into the 7th minute of added time. And that is going to do it. We're going to penalties to decide the final. "90 minutes do not separate Hoboken FC and Ironbound SCP. It is 1-1. Ironbound furious with the referee for blowing the final whistle while they had the ball in Hoboken's box. A red card is out. It is to the Ironbound bench, I believe. This game is going to penalties. It is 1-1. Kevin Avila still moving over to I believe that red was to somebody on the bench. There is certainly some anger going on the Ironbound sideline, but they're going to have to take a breath and get themselves settled for this shootout. We'll be back to give you that shootout right after this. We are back at the Capelli Sports Complex. We are at a penalty shootout to decide the winner of the NJSA Open Cup. A goal late in the first half by Ironbound, responding Hoboken midway through the second, 1-1. Hoboken have won the toss to shoot first. It'll be Spencer Burkhart to take them. He is their normal penalty taker. Kevin Sabadin just rejected him from a direct free kick in the dying moments of the game. He and Bordy both making some big saves towards the end. Best of 5. Only the players on the field at the final whistle may kick. Here we go. In! High into the roof of the net by Burkhart. And Rayon Diaz will step out. For Ironbound's first kick. Andrew Bordy opposing him. Diaz in! Just inside the post. 1-1 through the first round. It'll be Luke Smith for Hoboken. Sabadin talking some trash. Smith. Didn't score during the league season for Hoboken. Freezes Sabadin. And Matt Escobar will come out for Ironbound's second kick. Some sportsmanship there between Smith and Escobar. Who blinks first? Saved by Bordy! Hoboken lead after 2 rounds! 2-1! Escobar going low and without much of an angle, without much power. And now Hoboken with the advantage. Ewan Sanchez will try to consolidate that. In, sent Sabadin the wrong way. Kevin Avila. Ironbound need this one or else they're really behind the 8 ball. Sends Bordy the wrong way with a swivel of his hips. That was a great move by Avila. He keeps it within 1, 3-2. Alberto Pangrazzi scored twice during the APSL season for Hoboken. If he hits this, it could be match point. In! Excellent placement. Sabaton went the right way, but Pangrazzi fired it in, and now we are at an endgame scenario. If Edgar Abreu misses this kick, it's over. Just got it through Bordy's hands. He knew that he thought he had it there. But this is still in Hoboken's hands. Adam Yingling stepping to the spot. If he makes it, Hoboken are champions. Kevin Sabaton has the spotlight squarely on him now. Goal! Hoboken have won the cup! They win the shootout 5-3. Andrew Bordy saves the second kick. And the Blues are the winners of the NJSA Open Cup. A hard-fought match between either side. Ironbound need not be ashamed of the effort they put up today. But it was Hoboken and Andrew Bordy and Adam Yingling that won the day in the shootout. The final: Hoboken 1, Ironbound 1. The shootout 5-3 to Hoboken, who salvage a horrid 2025 with a cup. We'll be back for the presentation of that cup and some interviews with some of the top players in this match right after this.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code.
Here we go. Hoboken about to get it. Here's Mike Park, the captain. Hoboken, the champions. A fantastic match played by all. Hoboken winning their 6th state cup. The oldest club in the country adding to their trophy case tonight. We'll have some interviews with our top players right after this. We are here with our shootout heroes from the victorious Hoboken FC, Andrew Bordy, Adam Yingling. Andrew, I'm going to start with you. So obviously when you're facing down a penalty in a shootout, that is one of the highest stress situations a goalkeeper can have. What were you looking at when you made that save? What did you pick up?
Yeah, first, I just want to congratulate Ironbound. They're a quality team. They're a great team. Last season, they beat us in penalties. This season, unfortunately, we were able to get them. So, all the credit to them, our team, our whole staff, Matt, and everyone. I think in penalties, just try to calm my mind, do the best I can just to, pick a side, read the player, maybe see how they played in the game. But, just try to do my best. They're up there, expected to score, so I'm just trying to calm my mind. But really, just big credit to our whole team. It was a team effort, team performance, tough game from both teams. So just happy that we can come out on top.
No worries. Can you take a quick step because this way, because my cord's a little bit. Adam, you also have the big pressure now going up there, match point. Are you looking for deception there, or are you just picking something and are you going?
Yeah, I mean, fifth spot, you always wonder if it's ever going to get to you, and you know that if it does, it's probably going to be a pretty high pressure situation. But luckily with Andrew making the save, had the opportunity to sort of seal the deal, if you will. And based on some training that we had this week, we had the foresight to practice some penalties, and luckily I could shake some rust off, as you don't really get to take too many penalty shootouts these days. Mm-hmm. But that technique I've been using for going back to high school. So luckily the muscle memory is still there, and I do just try to see if the goalkeeper makes a move, and if not, pass it to a corner.
And that was, you talk about shaking off the rust, because you were out for the last week or two in the regular season for the APSL.
That's right.
How was that? Did that affect you during the course of the match, and especially during that penalty shoot?
I mean, fortunate enough for me, this format allows sort of free-flowing substitutions, and that definitely always works in favor when you're coming off of an injury. The injury itself wasn't too drastic, but like I said, there's some rust in the penalty shootouts. You never quite feel 90 minutes fit, especially this late in the season, having sat out for that duration. But yeah, luckily we've got a pretty solid bench and plenty of depth. So,
do you think that being conditioned to go without the free substitutions in the APSL was an advantage to you for this game?
Absolutely. I think playing in a league as competitive as the APSL always prepares us for these sort of statewide tournaments of the like, and gives our team the confidence to really take on anyone playing such talent every weekend.
Andrew, it felt like nothing went right for you guys after the new year. How does this feel like it salvages some of this season, given how great you guys were looking coming out of Christmas, and then just everything seemed to fall apart?
Yeah, I think it does. It's one that we really wanted to win. We want to win everything as much as we can, but there are a lot of good teams who have their own ambitions as well. The second half probably didn't go as we expected or as we had hoped. It's a tough league, the APSL. No easy games, but as Adam mentioned, we have a deep team. We have a great coach, great coaching staff, and we believed ourselves every game, even when it didn't go well. So I think we just had a game-to-game mentality, especially in the state cup and the cup competition. You kind of have to have that, brush yourself down and get back into it for a midweek game. So we were just happy we were able to win this, and it really does cap off a spring that didn't go quite as we had hoped. So it's a great feeling to win tonight.
All right, guys, go back to your teammates and celebrate. Congratulations once again. The final score, one more time, from the Capelli Sports Complex. 1-1 in 90, 5-3 on penalties. Hoboken are the champions. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game and Frame. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you for our next match.